Hello everyone, welcome to the first tutorial in a series of video tutorials for BiomeTweaker. In this first video, we're just going to go over the basics of how to get started using BiomeTweaker. You can verify that you've installed BiomeTweaker correctly by going into your mods list, scrolling down, and finding BiomeTweaker. You can see that I'm running BiomeTweaker 3.0.265. Don't worry if you're not running the most recent version, this tutorial will be valid for a few versions back. So to get started, we're going to quit out of Minecraft, and we're going to open our Minecraft instance folder. You should see the same core folders that I have here, the config, the logs, mods, and saves folder. The exact location of this folder will vary depending on how you launch Minecraft, but you should be able to find it pretty easily. So we're going to go into the config folder, and then the BiomeTweaker folder. In here is where you're going to do the bulk of your interactions with BiomeTweaker. To start, we're going to go into the BiomeTweaker.cfg file. This is the main configuration file for BiomeTweaker. In here, we have a few options. First, we have separate files, true. If you saw earlier, there's an output folder where BiomeTweaker will output a lot of information on biomes, dimensions, and entities in your game that will help you write scripts. This option simply tells BiomeTweaker if it should generate a separate file for each biome, dimension, or entity, or if it should generate one big file for all of them. It's really whatever you prefer. I prefer separate files, so it defaults to true. You can change it to false, start Minecraft, and it will change. These next three options, enable light ASM, remove light block assignments, and ASM blacklist, have to do with ASM, which is a framework in Forge that lets modders modify the bytecode of Minecraft. If you're not really sure what that means, don't really worry. You shouldn't have to worry about changing these options. If you do know what that means, there's descriptions in here for you to read so you know what you're doing. I'm not going to go over these options in this tutorial. The important option in here is the include array. This is one of the two ways to get scripts to execute in BiomeTweaker, and we'll go over that in a bit. First, we're going to go through the output folder. In the output folder, you see we have three subfolders, biome, dimension, and entity. It's pretty straightforward. In the biome folder, you'll have information on all the biomes registered in your game. If you have mods that add more biomes, like Biomes Aplenty, those biomes will appear here too. If we open one of these, say we open Frozen River, we can see we have the ID, the name, the resource location, we have temperature, humidity, if it rains, if it snows, we also have dictionary types, spawn types, basically anything you could ever need to make any tweaks to this biome. Now in the dimension folder, we have all the dimensions that are currently registered in the game. If we open the end, for instance, we'll see we get the name, the suffix, and the ID. These are pretty straightforward. The name is what it's called, the ID is the dimension ID you would typically see in game, and the suffix is the suffix Minecraft appends when it saves the world. Now the entity folder is pretty much the same. You have all the living entities in here. These are the entities that can move around on their own. For instance, Guardian, you have the name, the registry ID, and the class. The registry ID is what you'll use if you want to refer to this entity in scripts. Alright, now we can go into how to get scripts to execute. As I mentioned, one way to do it is to put the name of the script file in this includes array. The other way to do it is to put the script in the scripts folder, which is what I'll be doing. So I can go here and I can say new text document, and let's call it tutorial1.cfg. Okay, so if we open this, we'll see that it is indeed a blank file. So how do we get started writing our scripts? Well, first you're going to want to open the BiomeTweaker Wiki. You can see here I have the BiomeTweaker GitHub open right now. There are several ways to get here. You can simply search BiomeTweaker on GitHub. There's a link from the CurseForge page, and I believe there's a link from the forums page as well. What you want to do is go up here and click on the Wiki tab, and it will bring you to the home page. This will give you links to several useful pages on the wiki, and what we want is the basic script commands. This page will give you a pretty basic tutorial on how to write your scripts, including defining an object and operating on objects. So the scripting language BiomeTweaker uses is a semi-object oriented language, meaning you'll define an object and then you'll do stuff to that object. To get started, we're going to define an object using 4 biomes. This is the most simple one, and it lets you specify an ID, or in 3.0, you can actually specify a resource name, and that will tell BiomeTweaker what biome to operate on. So if we open our script here, I'm going to operate on the plains biome. So I can say plains biome equals, now what I put here is simply the variable name. It doesn't matter exactly what I put there. I could have put random characters. It's just to help you when you write your script. What matters is what you put over here. And I can say for biomes, the ID of the plains biome is, I believe, 1. There's also another way to do this, as I mentioned. You can specify the resource name, which for plains is Minecraft plains. Now, I would recommend using resource names, as the IDs aren't guaranteed to be static, meaning they could change in the future, and your scripts will no longer be valid. However, resource names are guaranteed to not change in the future, so your scripts are much more robust if you use resource names. Now, what are we going to do to this? So we can say plains biome dot, period tells BiomeTweaker you want to operate on this object. But what do we want to do? If we open up the wiki, we can look through all the commands available here under operating on objects. There's create, remove. I think I'm going to use the set command. As it says, this is by far the most useful command, allowing you to tweak nearly every setting of a biome. I'm going to set the top block. So the way the set command works is you open up your script and you say set, and you give it arguments. I said I want to set the top block, right? And then you say what you want to set it to. Now the top block, as the wiki says, takes a string argument representing a block. So if I go in here, say let's set it to something crazy like glass. The resource name for glass is Minecraft glass. So this tells BiomeTweaker, for this object I've called plains biome, set the top block to Minecraft glass. Now BiomeTweaker will say, okay, well the plains biome refers to Minecraft plains, so I'll set the plains biome top block to glass. We can also set something else. Let's set the temperature. But what do we set it to? Let's say we want to make it snow in this biome. Alright, well what's the temperature currently in the plains biome? Let me get rid of this. Alright, we can go to output biome and we can find plains in here. There we go. You can see the temperature is currently 0.8. Okay, and enable snow is false. So if we go look up temperature on the BiomeTweaker Wiki, we can see that values around 0, between negative 0.2 and 0.2, will cause snow if snow is enabled. So we need to do two things. As we saw, the temperature is not low enough, and enable snow is false. So first, let's set the temperature to 0.1, that's in that range, and then we need to set enable snow to true. Now if we didn't do one of these, it wouldn't snow in that biome, so we have to do both of them. So now we can save this and start Minecraft, and I'll be back when I can find a plains biome. Alright, so I've started Minecraft, and I want to go over something pretty important before I jump into the new world. You can see that I already have a world created here. I created this before we did these tweaks. Now, since we changed the top block, that actually changes how Minecraft does generation. So if I were to go into this new world, right here, I would have changed generation, and so there's going to be an inconsistency between old chunks and new chunks that could lead to pretty dissatisfying worlds. So whenever you change your scripts in a way that will affect generation, I would recommend that you create a new world and don't try to make old worlds work. It'll just end poorly 99% of the time. Alright, so now I'm going to make a new world and see if I can find that plains biome for you guys. Alright guys, I think I found one. As you can see, we have indeed set the top block to glass. Normally it would be grass, but now it's glass. So the filler block, which is right here, is normally dirt, and the actual filler block is stone, but we've only changed the top block. Now we also changed the temperature, right? So you can see in these lake decorations here, the water's actually frozen because we set the temperature so low, and there's snow on the ground. If I now go to toggle downfall, you'll see that it will actually snow in the plains biome, even though it's not supposed to snow here. If I head over here to the sunflower plains, that's very loud. Oops. Let's turn weather down. You can see it's raining over here and it's snowing over here, right? Normally it wouldn't snow in a plains biome, but we've made it snow. These lake decorations that you see can also be tweaked. We'll go over how to tweak features and decorations in a later tutorial, but you can remove these as well. This concludes this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed and feel confident writing your own scripts with BiomeTweaker now. You can look forward to more tutorials in the future that will help you with more advanced features available, and hopefully have you writing your own scripts to customize your worlds completely for your playthrough or your mod pack. I hope to see you in future tutorials, and happy script writing!